Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello, everybody. This is Paul with the Raw Life Health Show, and I have a very special guest on the show today, Dr. Fred Bisci. Dr. Fred Bisci is the one that told me about the Valasta Astaxanthin, and he's been helping people heal themselves or help themselves heal with nutritional information and just health information for many, many years. Dr. Bisci, welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much.
You've been telling us all about Velasta for many, many years. You told me about it ago, and I finally got it, tried it, and gave it to people, and it had tremendous results. Fred, before we talk about the Valasta Astaxanthin, tell us a little about your background.
Well, I'm a clinical nutritionist, been in practice for 55, 58 years. I'm not sure exactly how many years. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm 91 years old. I've worked with thousands and thousands of people over the years with just about any kind of a problem, and a lot of health issues primarily are caused by inflammation. So, and lifestyle, unfortunately, a lot of people are not open to lifestyle changes. So sometimes it's very difficult. I see plenty of people that could really be helped, but they're not open to the type of changes that will take place that would help their body heal them. So most all chronic diseases are remedial with lifestyle changes. I'm not talking about a diet. I'm talking about a lifestyle change. So now what I do, I screen people to make sure they're a candidate for a lifestyle change. Otherwise, I don't want people to come in and not be successful. I don't like failure. I like when I start out to help a person, I like them to be successful. And I see people with a variety of all different kinds of ailments, and some of them, they're not supposed to be remedial without medical treatment. And I work along with a lot of people that are being treated with doctors. I'm not against medicine or science. I'm not one of those guys. I'm very scientifically oriented, but I realize the body is designed to heal, and this is not symptomatic treatment. A lot of, medical doctors, what they do, unless they're, they don't usually go to try to remove the cause of the disease. They really treat the symptoms in most cases, unless it's a functional medicine doctor. Now, a lot of functional medicine doctors or naturopaths or different types of doctors, they try to remedy the disease by removing the cause in a person's lifestyle.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, just so everyone could hear that clearly again, you said you're 91 years old.
Yes, I am.
Wow. And how's your health and energy?
Well, in spite of the fact it's very good, to be honest with you. In spite of the fact, what I do is very stressful because I see a lot of people are really seriously ill, and I take it serious. And my energy level is very, very good. I've been an athlete my whole life. I've had a lot of injuries, in spite of the fact that with that, I have no pain. I got half of a right shoulder. I don't know if you could see that from a very bad car accident. My shoulder has actually shrunken up because I can't really use it, but I have no pain. When doctors look at the MRI, they can't believe I'm not in pain. So my health is good. I can do just about anything. I work very hard. I do anything in the winter. I chop wood for my fireplace. And at this point in my life, I know I'm in the twilight of my life. At this age, you can't, I'm a spiritual guy. I believe absolutely in what Christ did on that cross. It's 100% with me. I'm not into, man's interpretation of having a personal relationship with God. I'm into a spiritual relationship. So first and foremost in my life, it's my relationship with Christ. And, I do whatever I have to do. I mean, if I have to chop wood, I chop wood. If I have to shovel snow, I shovel snow. And thank God, through the grace of God and my lifestyle, when we had the snowstorms this past winter, I shoveled snow for 4 hours each day. And I thank God that I was able to do that. And I don't wait for people to I'm not the type of guy that's waiting for somebody to help me. I help myself. Whatever I have to do, first and foremost, I'll do it myself. That's the way I look at life. You know what I mean? So a lot of people waiting for somebody to help them. I'm not one of those guys, because sometimes help will never come. I believe in a lot of it is spiritual and mental. I believe I don't let any obstacles get in my way. I just I go at it. I attack whatever I have to do. And sometimes it's been difficult. I've had some serious injuries, and I just made up my mind I was going to recover, and I always did. I've had 4 brain concussions in my life. A year and a half ago, I got hit by a line drive in a baseball game. It flattened me, and they thought I was hemorrhaging and everything. I got better. It said it was going to take months, your brain concussion being, I was better and nothing flat. I think attitude and faith has a lot to do with all this stuff. That's the way I look at it. Anyway.
Wow. Now, Dr. Bisci, I know you for over 30 years, believe it or not, a long time. And you've told me so much and taught me so much about health and nutrition. And when it comes to different types of supplements and different ways of eating and everything else, in the 30 years I've known you, I've never seen you more excited about a product or a food or a supplement or anything as much as you were when you told me about the results you were getting with the Astaxanthin by Valasta. Can you explain a little of how you discovered this and why you're such a strong believer in this and the results you get with your clients?
Well, I'm a very critical guy. Everybody that knows me. I mean, I actually headed the Spartan nutritional program up to recently anyway. I don't know if I'm still holding that position yet. I don't really know yet. But it has 6 million followers. They're all superb athletes. And so a lot of people tell me about stuff. If you saw, I have like a library upstairs. If you saw it, you think it was a pharmacy, because people send me all kinds of nutraceuticals and supplements and from all over the place, because they want me to support, to tell people, what they're doing, because they hope that all these people that, especially Spartan and people follow me from all over the place, that I'm going to tell them to use that. Well, I'm very critical when it comes to supplements, because not all supplements are the same. And a lot of our diseases do not come from a nutritional deficiency, although we can use supplements. The first time I heard about the Velasta was I was speaking out at church out in the state of Washington, and somebody asked me if I had heard of it. And I said, no, I never heard it. He says, well, he had a brother-in-law, he had a relative, I think he said it was his brother-in-law, that had used it, and it helped him overcome cancer in a dramatic way. So I said, really? I said, well, what is it? He says, well, it's chocolate. It's chocolate. He eats chocolate. So I thought this guy was telling me that the antioxidant properties in chocolate, by eating chocolate, the guy overcame cancer. Because, a lot of people think chocolate in a lot of respects is a health food. So what happened? I really didn't pay that much attention. I didn't look into it. Then when I came home, a friend of mine that's a pastor of a church told me that a worship leader, a woman that was a worship leader, she had an advanced cancer and she took it. And so that kind of got my attention, because I said to him, could I speak to the girl? I like to speak to her on the phone. Because a lot of people have things happen and they think it was something they did, and really it might not have had anything to do with it. So I got the girl on the phone, very, very, knew a lot about her type of cancer, and what she told me made perfect sense. So I decided to call up Sam Shepard. So I called him up, and he's a very, very easy guy to talk to, and I had no hesitancy about, asking him the right questions and kind of putting him on the spot. And he had all the answers. He's got a very sophisticated background, worked for NASA and everything. He says, I'm going down to speak in Washington. Why don't you come down? And he says, I have a house. You can spend some time with me. We could talk about it. So at that time, I had a fellow was working with me, and he said, let's go. And I wanted to go. So we went down and we spent the weekend with Sam. And I came back with a whole different attitude. When I heard him speak, there was a few doctors sitting right next to me, and they were kind of laughing about it. They kind of thought it was little outlandish. But that as Sam gave his presentation, I saw this one guy whip out a pad. He started keeping notes. He said, I got to look into this. Because Sam was very scientific in his explanation, and it certainly made a lot of sense. So then I decided to tell people about it, and I didn't want to sell it myself because I really don't sell supplements, because I don't want people coming into my office and have supplements all over the world and tell the people to buy it. So I'm actually free of that, because a lot of people go to a doctor, and they're selling them all kinds of supplements, and they don't know whether they're selling them for the money or it's going to do them any good. So I like to be free of that. And so what I did is I told people that about it, and like yourself, who actually, decided that you wanted to sell it. But I have a lot of people just, call up Sam's wife, Tommy. So I have seen a lot of people use it, lots of people. And it works with macular degeneration. It works with pain wonderfully. I've seen people take it that had cancer as part of a comprehensive program, and definitely had an impact on their recovery. This actually, it enables your body to be more biologically efficient because it reduces the inflammation. Most people are walking around, even people that are not sick, they have inflammation. If you measure your CRP, which is a general inflammation marker, and according to laboratories, below 1 is within the normal range. It's people that have CRP of 15, higher numbers. And a lot of people have cancer or have the virus. They can have a CRP of very, very high. So what happens, people see if they monitor their CRP and they take this, their inflammatory markers come down very, very quickly. I take it. I take it in the oil form. I like taking it. And, I was training for an ultra endurance event until I injured my piriformis muscle. I have a tear in my, looks like a tear in my piriformis muscle. So I'm trying to recover for it. That's why I went to see a friend of mine's a physical therapist. But, I'm very, very objective, and I haven't seen anything negative about it, and I'm very critical. I think you know that. Everybody knows that. I'm not just if somebody thinks I'm going to vouch for a product that I don't believe to be true because there's money involved, they're making a mistake. You know what I mean?
Well, besides the anti-inflammatory properties of this, which is more than just about anything else out there, I felt it. It's not a stimulant, but like you said, it helps. It helps the body. There's so many nutrients here, and it's like thousands times stronger than vitamin C. It's anti-inflammatory, and it has so many other great properties to it. It's and it's also one of the most least inexpensive astaxanthins on the market. It's just all around such an amazing product, and like I don't know anyone that's given me negative information about it since I've been telling people to take it.
Well, there's other people coming out now. There's a woman that's producing astaxanthin, and there's a lot of people. Don't forget, this is not grown out in the open ocean. This is grown in stainless steel tanks, and Sam has a proprietary secret to help why this works well with cancer, which I won't go into. That's not my position to reveal. But this is, I've been exposed to astaxanthin many, many years ago. And there are astaxanthins out there that are cheaper, but they're not effective. They're nowhere near effective. You might feel a little bit from it, but anybody for an example, I just had a young lady come to me just recently, about 6 weeks ago, very beautiful young woman. And doctors told us that she had a very rare cancer, that it was, that was incurable. And this girl, did not eat a good diet. There's no two ways about it. She was first to admit it. And she came to me out of fear because she probably wouldn't have changed the diet. So, and she was very, very depressed on the verge of, thinking, having suicide thoughts. So I changed the diet to a very good diet, and she did it perfectly. She's doing what she has to do. and she started the astaxanthin right away. And now it's about 5 weeks. I mean, she feels very good. I just looked at a blood test. A blood test is very good. There's a few minor inconsistency there where she's just barely outside the normal range. The normal ranges are just averages anyway. If somebody eats really good, they're going to be outside the normal range in a few areas. But she responded, very, very well. Now, I'm not going to say all her response was from the astaxanthin. I mean, I use it as part of a comprehensive program. That's the key. You know what I mean? Now, are there people that use it and don't change their diet? Yes, there are. I mean, I was on a radio show with Sam, and there was a guy named Bobby that was on the show. I don't know. I don't remember whether he was a coal miner or a truck driver, but he didn't eat a good diet. And he was on the verge of going into hospice, and he had 7 tumors. One was large, and the first 3 tumors, the first 6 tumors disappeared in I don't know, about 3 weeks. I don't remember. But his wife started to notice his color was coming back right away. They said it was working very quickly. So I never followed up with him, but I heard he made a complete recovery. So it's listen, there are no panaceas out there. You know what I mean? There's nothing out there, but this is a very, very, very good product that anybody has any kind of health issue. And remember, about 85% of our health problems, comes from inflammation is a major problem. I would not tell a person to use this for the nutrient content, although it has nutrient content. The great thing is that it enables you to reduce your inflammation so your body becomes a more efficient biological organism. That's the key. Most people's bodies today are nowhere near as biological as efficient as it could be. And most people, let's be honest, most people are not open to changing their diet. They're not open to do it. It's sad, but I would say that all the people that come to see me that stay with it as a lifestyle and get great results, whether it's arthritis, diabetes, probably about 20%. Most of the people, they don't last because there's a psychological component to hunger. Most people are addicted to the very foods that are making them sick. We've been indoctrinated into an abstract science when it comes to healthcare. I'm sorry that people would take that to be offended by that, but that's the truth. So, why aren't people educated in the first grade in school to being told how to eat the type of diet that prevents their body from getting sick? Why aren't they told? They're not, not happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even though this is a great product, nothing is going to build your body up stronger and help you than to eat the diet we were designed to eat. And the more we get away from that, the more problems we're going to have in life. And so it's important to follow a good nutrition and a good program. And the older we get, the more we realize that. And I realize that. And I'm glad that I learned about this product, but I'm so glad that I learned about eating healthy. And Dr. Bisci was there to help me along the way. I interviewed him in my first book, The Raw Life, and 91 years old, everybody, and still in practice and having great success and helping people help themselves. Dr. Bisci.
When I say it's not a panacea means it's the answer to everything. It's perfect. That's why I'm very careful.
Yes.
It's an excellent product, but nothing is perfect. There are probably some people that have used it, and because of unforeseen circumstances, it didn't do for them what they wanted. But it is. I tell everybody to use it, so that speaks for itself. I tell everybody that comes to me, I tell them about it, and I tell them I recommend that they take it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm in full agreement with you. And like I said, I don't push a lot of supplements or things like this, but when it came to this and the results people were getting, I couldn't ignore it. I wish I would have learned about it and took it sooner. But I've had people use it with great success, and that's why I help people to get that the best they can and use this product. So do the best you can do, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Bisci, for your time. And thank you for sharing this with me and with the world, the Valasta information, the Astaxanthin. And I know it's changed many people's lives. And also, if anyone's interested, the links below the video if you want to get this as well. So
Yeah,
anything,
it really is a great product. You know what I mean? It really is.
absolutely.
I'm always amazed. I'm amazed all the time. All right, Paul. All
Thank
the
you.
best. Okay. Take care.
Thank you
God
very
bless.
much.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.